Alright, what's going on, boys? We got UFC 330 coming up on Saturday. In here, we're going to break down and give our predictions of each fight on the card, besides one or two of them. Unfortunately, Aaron cannot join us today. He is off on vacation, but let's get started off. Gotta do it on Tapology because for some reason UFC website still does not have all of the fights updated. Crazy considering it's fight week, but starting off, we got Jeremiah Wells versus Matabek Orlabai. My prediction here, it's gonna be, I think Orlabai, he'll be able to take down Wells. Wells is very short, stocky. He's got some power. He's got some pretty good wrestling, but I think Orlabai's is just gonna be better, and he'll be able to. I could see him getting a submission. I think he's way too low down on the card, and he's also fighting way too low of competition for where he is right now in the UFC. Next up, we got Neil Magny versus Ramiz Beramaj. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but I think Ramiz, he's been working on his striking. He's been showing decent power. We know he's a submission guy. And Neil Magny, we all know he's up there in age. And this is setting up for a good Ramiz win. This is how they're setting it up. I think he's either going to TKO Magny, or he might get a knockdown into a submission. I think he's definitely going to beat Magny. I think he'll do it by finish. Because I think in his past couple fights, he has really good clinch. Really good in the clinch with the knees and stuff. And he's got really good just close striking, close hooks. And I think he'll be able to find a home with that stuff against Magny this fight. We're going to skip over this one. I don't know anything about them. Really did not want to do research on these two. Sorry. Next up, we got Vicente Luque versus Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore is 6-4 as a pro MMA fighter. Not sure what he's doing in the UFC still, but and he's the favorite, which is insane. I'm picking Luque to win this fight. No, Luque, he's had one middleweight fight so far, in which he knocked down Gastelum and submitted him on the first round. And I know it's Gastelum and all in this year, but I think Gastelum's still better than Tresean Gore. And knocking him down, it shows that Luque does have power at middleweight. It's not like he's powerless. And Tresean, and I was only worried against if Luque was facing a big middleweight next, but that's not what Gore is. They're 1 inch apart. Gore's probably just gonna be a little thicker, so that could. Gore could be able to defend more takedowns, but from what I've seen, Gore's takedown defense sucks. I think Luque could get this down. We know Luque has got good submissions. I could see him getting a finish here, and I'm picking Vicente Luque to win this fight. So we got Dante Johnson versus Eric McConaughey. When watching Dante Jackson, his Dana White Contender Series fight was at heavyweight, which is insane. Weighed in at 209. That's insane. But this fight's at middleweight, of course. And I think Dante Jackson, he's very quick, very fast, throws a lot of combinations, and they've got some really good sting on it. He's showing some pretty good takedown defense. From what I've seen, he normally gets taken down the first time, and then after the first time, he has good sprawls. He's able to defend it. But I think his power will be too much for McConaughey. We've seen McConaughey wear down from damage, like he did against Susikayev, if that's how I pronounce it. And I think Dante Johnson has way more power than Susikayev has, and he already gave McConaughey enough trouble. I'm expecting him to get a TKO. Maybe I feel like it's either going to come really early or late in the third. He either like knocks him out right away or he just wears on Mechanico. Mechanico's not too good at anything. He's got decent striking. He's not a wrestler. He won't incorporate it. I'm picking Dante Johnson to win this fight. Next up, we got Jalen Turner versus Cal Fernandez. Fernandez might have the best leg kicks I've seen in a while. His leg kicks do so much damage, and it's not just leg kicks. He throws great high kicks, body kicks, leg kicks. Super strong. And he's just a really crisp striker. He's one loss in the UFC. It's when he got just smudged the whole entire fight, just taken down after taken down. I don't see Jalen Turner doing that against him. And I think Fernandez, he's an insanely good striker. He keeps his range really well, but he won't be able to do that against Turner, obviously. He's a freakishly tall lightweight. Might struggle with that a little bit, but I'm picking Fernandez to win this fight. I think he's going to chew up Turner's calves, and if you get hit by enough of these shots, you're not going to be able to move, which I think is what's going to happen. We saw Jalen Turner. He was hit by a lot of calf kicks by Dan Hooker, in which Dan Hooker won the fight. He got hit with like 25 leg kicks or something, which is the most in his career, and Dan Hooker had a lot of success in that. And I think Fernandez, he's gonna, especially Turner, someone who's tall. He's got those super skinny legs. I think he's just gonna blast his lead leg. He blasts the back leg. As we saw against Harry Hardwick, he destroyed both legs in the span of 2 minutes, which is insane. So I'm picking Fernandez here. Probably just win a decision, but like I do expect Jalen Turner to be limping around the octagon, like going into the third. I think his legs are going to get brutalized. Next up, we got Chidi Njoku versus Joel Alvarez. Alvarez obviously jumping into this fight late, but he was training with the Dagestan camp. You gotta keep out for that. And against someone like Chidi, he's got really good striking. He's got insane Muay Thai. He doesn't have much wrestling. And we've seen Joel Alvarez have success on the ground. He's got good submissions on the ground. He throws up a lot of submissions. I know he just got smudged by Amislav on his last fight, but I mean, Amislav looks really good. I'm not holding that against him too much. And I expect to see Joel Alvarez actually take this fight to the ground. I'm not saying he can't hang with Chidi on the feet. I do think he can. But if he takes this fight to the ground, I think he has a major advantage there. Where I think he looks for submissions on the ground a lot, which I like about him. And especially training with the Dagestanis, I'm sure he's been doing a good amount of wrestling. And I think he'll look really good in this fight for short notice. Really hard matchup for Chidi, sorry. This is way harder than Jeff Neal, in my opinion. And I think Joel Alvarez will get this done probably by like a submission in round 2. So, I feel bad for him that he lost Jeff Neal and got stuck with Joel Alvarez. Alright, here we go. Opening up the main card. Yeah. I'm a big Ribovix fan. As you know, me and Aaron, we went to Miami. I was really excited to see Ribovix fight. He ended up getting submitted by Gamrot, but this is where I want to see Ribovix fight. I wanted to see him fight a striker, and Ribovix is so entertaining. He's got such good volume. He's kind of got pillow hands, though. I don't think his pillow hands will matter against Barboza. Barboza's really old. His chin's not good, anymore. I mean, he might. Nah, I think Rubovix is definitely he's gonna get like a highlight reel KO here. We saw him get highlight reels against Terrence McKinney and stuff, and then he had that fight of the year against Zell Huber after that. I think that's a great way to get back on track after getting subbed by Gamrot. It's not really that bad losing to Gamrot. I mean, I know we just saw Gamrot lose, but we all know Gamrot's still top 10 in the world. Gamrot's a really good fighter. It was a hard fight for them to give him. I really don't know why they gave him it, but they did. I think Rubovix will put on a masterclass here. I think he'll be so fast for Barboza. I think he'll absolutely piece him up until he finds the finish. Barboza, I mean, I really don't see path to victory here. Rubovix has a really good chin. Like I've said, we've seen him in absolute wars. He's still standing. He wins these wars. I just think he'll just have so much pressure. Rubovix applies the pressure so good. Attacks the body, attacks the head. He's gonna TKO Barboza. I hope Barboza retires after this. It's just one of those fighters you just don't want to see him taking like that much more damage in his career. Alright, this might be the worst second fight on a numbered event in history. Like, they're doing a showcase for Mansour Abdul Malik on a numbered event after he had a draw against Cody Brundage. This guy's getting showcased. He's super athletic. He's got power. He's gonna beat Dustin Stolkis. Stolkis isn't good at anything. He's not good at anything. What's he doing on the second fight? That's just what we're all wondering. And I think Abdul Malik, he can take it down. He can strike. He can do whatever he wants to win this fight. I see him getting a finish. What I like about this card, I see a lot of favorable matchups. The card, it doesn't have any ranked fights. I know it sucks. I'm trying to cope my way into making myself excited for the card. But it's a lot of I'm seeing a lot of highlights. I think there's gonna be a lot of highlight reels. It's a lot of favorable matchups for guys that they want to push on this card, including Mansour Abdul Malik. And another guy I think they want to push here, Jose Ocho. He's an insanely good striker. He's got good volume. He's got good pace. Got good cardio. He's got some pretty good. I wouldn't say he's got that good of power, but it's flyweights. None of them really have that much power. I think I'm excited for this fight. I think this is probably gonna be besides the title fights, this is probably gonna be the most technical fight on the card. And I'm picking Jose Ocho to win this fight, probably by a pretty dominant decision. I know we've seen Charles Johnson beat Kavanaugh, beat Van, but he flukes these guys. He's getting beat up in these fights, and then he flukes them. I don't see him fluking Ocho. And also, this guy's the featured fight on the numbered event, Jose Ocho. He opened up the last early prelim on 328. That's insane how bad this card is, but like I said, I'm just trying to cope. I think Johnson, I mean, we saw him have that really bad loss to Alex Perez earlier this year, where he just got wobbled from the start and he just never recovered. He got dropped 2 times, 3 times. And I think Ocho, I mean, he has such good body kicks. He's a flashy striker, I'd say. He throws the Superman punch, and I think he will just dominantly beat Johnson to decision. He's got good takedown defense, and he's got decent ground if he tries to take it there. And Ocha, I mean, he's looked so good in his last fight. I mean, he lost to Kavanaugh and he lost to Asu Amablive, but the Asu fight was quite close. He did a lot of damage. I'm not saying it was a robbery. I'm just saying it was a close fight. And I think Jose Ucho is going to win this fight, like 30-27, quite dominantly. Moving on to the people's main event, Mackenzie Dern versus Gillian Robertson. Robertson is probably the most entertaining woman right now, if I had to say. You know, she finishes fights, which is rare for a woman. This is actually kind of crazy if I look at like this fight prediction by the Tapology community. I completely disagree with this. I think Robertson's got really good. She's got insanely good ground and pound, and her ground and pound opens up submissions. I think if her and Dern are on the ground, and if Robertson's on top, Dern's in massive trouble. No matter how good Dern's guard is, Robertson's ground and pound is so devastating. I think Robertson can find a TKO here throughout the 5 rounds. I think that, I mean, we've seen Dern on the feet. She takes more chances, and she's been slightly improving. She's still not good on the feet, and Robertson's not that good on the feet either. So this fight could be a snoozer if they're on the feet the whole time. Like, it could be insanely bad because neither of them are good strikers. So hopefully he gets taken down. Robertson's been on a pretty good win streak. I mean, her last fight was a decision, but other than that, she's been finishing her people. And I'm picking Robertson here, like I said, probably win by like a nice little TKO. Alright. Last fight, we got Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry. Me and Aaron, we already covered this fight in a video. Said, I believe the title was "We Are Not Worried" for Islam Makhachev. We are both picking Islam to win this fight quite confidently. Like I said, we already talked about it, but Gary's takedown defense has not impressed us. I mean, yeah, Bilal didn't take him down, but Bilal didn't take JDM down either until the 5th. From what we saw in the Shavkat fight, Shavkat ragdolled him, and Shavkat's nowhere near Islam's level. Islam can take you down in the middle of the octagon. That's something that most fighters can't do. And Islam's striking's been improving. I'm not saying he can point fight with Ian Garry, but Islam's not stupid. He wouldn't do that. His team wouldn't let him do that. We think that Islam can find a finish in this fight. We think it's completely possible for Islam to get Ian down, and Islam moves for a position. He tries to get submissions. Besides in his last fight, we're not sure why. He said it's just because he wanted the belt. So be it. Maybe that's true. But he's been able to finish people, and I don't think this can go any different. It was hard trying to think of a path to victory for Ian Garry. He's gotta like fluke rock Islam really bad, and just hope that he's just gotta be like aiming for the chest and hoping that he clips him in the chin going for a takedown. I don't see how Ian Garry wins this fight. I mean, he can survive on the ground. He just can't get taken down right away. Like, I don't think Ian Garry's gonna look terrible on the ground, but he has to stay on the feet for like the first 2 minutes of each round, in my opinion, if he wants to have any chance of winning the fight. He has to make his mark on the feet and make it look like Islam needs the takedowns to win the fight. But anyways, picks for UFC 330. Aaron will be on with me for a recap Saturday night. Sunday morning. But anyways, boys, thanks for watching.